Hey YouTubers and fellow diggers out there, welcome back. I know it's been a long time, but I have to say it's only because of the oppressive heat. Now I work in a driveway, and so it's really tough to work in a metal shop all day and then come home and work in the heat again. So I've had to put off a little bit of restoring this Bayliner until it cooled down. I'm back at it now. In this video you're going to see a new fuel pump and a fuel and water separator, and I'm also upgrading the distributor and the wires. Alright, let's do this. One, 3, 4, 2, distributor to the coil. Well, my other screwdriver, the tip was too fat, and the only thing I had today with me was this multi-bit screwdriver, so no comments on the pink screwdriver, please. Let me get this thing on. Well, that was pretty easy. I'll hang on to these old spark plug wires, keep them on board just in case I need one and I'm out in the middle of the ocean. Alright, see what we can get on to next. Well, I put some more gas in it and was trying to start it, and the only way I could get it running is if I flooded the carburetor with gas, and it would run for a few seconds. So now I'm thinking I had a fuel pump problem. So I'll be doing some pricing on fuel pumps. Got to get this thing running and running right before we do anything else. Well, I went on Amazon because, you know, that's where everything's at. And looks like I got my choice of fuel pumps. They start $50-some and they go up to $100. So I'm just going to have to figure out which one would be my best option. Alright guys, finally got the fuel pump in. Took a few days, but it got here. And try to get this on and get it started. Now, I'm assuming that the fuel pump is the main problem with it. There could still be a vacuum leak, but I'm going to replace this because I've already replaced the carburetor. It's been rebuilt. All the electrical has been replaced on it as far as the ignition system. So, and the other day I put fuel in it and in the carburetor, and once I started it up, it ran for a few minutes, maybe a few seconds, until the gas burned up, and then it cut off, and then it wouldn't start again. So I think it's starving for fuel. I'm going to check it out, put this on, and hope for the best. Well, I got fuel pump on, got everything ready, went to start it, nothing. So I decided I need to talk to somebody who knows boat motors. I called a guy over. He charged me a little bit of money, but I needed somebody with more experience. And he determined that gas was getting to the carburetor, but not getting through the carburetor. So took it back to my carb guy, and the carb was jammed up with grit from the fuel tank. So I'm going to be putting in a water fuel separator. It also cleans out the junk from getting into the carburetor or the fuel pump. And I'm going to use a tank on the side until I can get this one properly cleaned out. So here's what it looks like. Alright, this is the housing here I mounted, and this, let me push this out of the way, this will actually go under here and screw on just like an oil filter. So that's going to clean out the take out the water out of the gas, and it's going to clean out any kind of corrosion, corrosion or grit, sand, because you know sometimes sand finds its way into the gas tank. Alright guys, I got the water fuel separator installed. I got an auxiliary tank I'm using for gas until I can clean out the big tank. I got the battery charged because I accidentally left the key on, and you know what happens when you do that, it just drains the battery. I'm going to add some water to it now, and we're going to try to get her started up. Alright, success. He's running. A little bit of a rough idle, but I'm going to have my fellow Jim, the boat mechanic, come over here and work on the idle with me, try to smooth it out. Alright guys, got her running. She's a little rough, but it sounded good. I let it run for several minutes. I got a fellow coming over. His name is Jim. He's a boat mechanic. He's going to help me get it smoothed out. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the decking with more wood. And I'm also going to pull the old carpet out, and everything in there is going to get gel coated like a fishing boat. It's going to be smooth white, and then of course I'll put something over the floor for traction. Just wanted to say, you know, I appreciate everybody who's been following along on these Restoring the Bayliner videos, and I really appreciate your support, because sometimes you just don't have moral support that you need, and I'm counting on you guys to leave comments and leave advice, whatever you want to say. I really appreciate it. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to get the flooring and all the gel coat done. Then we'll move on to smaller stuff like the decals and the top, and making sure that she's right before we hit the water. Alright, thanks for watching, and I appreciate your support, and stay tuned for part 6 of Restoring the Bayliner.